the Washington Post Editorial Board starts sounding like a conservative think tank, you know something has gone terribly wrong in Seattle. And they just put out a warning about our new mayor, Katie Wilson. Welcome to the Jason Rantz Show, presented by None Better Tax Resolution. The Washington Post Editorial Board issued a warning this week, one that should shake every voter who thought electing a socialist activist to run a major city was somehow some foolproof idea. In a remarkably blunt editorial, the Washington Post said Mayor-elect Katie Wilson's win kicks off what they call a high-risk socialist experiment. Their words, not mine. And the paper is very clear. This isn't just Seattle drifting further left. This is part of a national pattern of radical activists taking over major cities. They even compare Wilson directly to New York's Zohran Mamdani, and they point out that Wilson has even less experience than he does. And that lack of experience is the part the Post really drills down on. They lay out their resume for her. Odd jobs as a barista, a baker, a lab tech, a legal assistant, no meaningful management experience. And yet she's about to oversee a city with over 800,000 residents and a budget hovering around about $9 billion. Then they go even further. They highlight details most left-leaning outlets would bury. Wilson doesn't own a car. She rents a tiny 600 square foot apartment. She relies on checks from her parents back east. And the Post suggests that she's planning to replace that support with new taxes to fund free childcare and a long list of giveaways. Even more striking is the contrast that they make with Bruce Harrell. The Post calls him the best mayor Seattle's had in some time, though they do note that that's a very, very low bar. But they credit him for reducing crime, curbing open-air drug use, cleaning dangerous homeless encampments, and rebuilding police staffing. And then they warn, very directly, that Katie Wilson threatens what little stability we have left. They're especially alarmed by her tax agenda, a local capital gains tax, a digital ad tax, even a statewide wealth tax. Now this while Seattle is already drowning under absurdly high taxes and a minimum wage that's been shutting down restaurants left and right. Our office vacancy rate, it's over 33%. Employers have been fleeing to Bellevue because it's safer and friendlier. And the Post flat out says Wilson's plans are going to accelerate the business exodus while turning Seattle into a magnet for vagrants and criminals. They even call out this fixation she has with identity politics, promising a diversity-driven cabinet. And note that none of it matters if the policies themselves make Seattle poorer and more dangerous. So here's the bottom line. When the Washington Post, one of the most reliably progressive editorial boards in this country, issues a warning this unmistakable, it tells you everything you need to know. If this is how the left is reacting, yeah, Seattle had better brace itself. Hey, it's Jason Rantz here with our local tax expert and advocate, Greg Nunn of None Better Tax Resolution. Not only do you know the rules, but ultimately you're going to save them time and money.
We're really good at what we do. We love what we do. And we really want to help taxpayers that are in a very precarious position. And they need relief. They need help. They need someone to stand in their stay.
So if you're having trouble with the IRS, you have to call Greg Nunn of None Better Tax Resolution. From stress to success with IRS Solutions.